Luke, our summer of movie going continues. We went to the movies again, and we've got like I think two more screenings coming up in the next couple of weeks, right? So what did we see this past weekend that was awesome?
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, did you know that it was initially going to be called Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, but then they changed the title?
No.
Yeah, so there's actually it ends on. Do you remember what they called it? What I told you they call it at the end when there's going to be a part 2 of something, an exciting continuation. What's that? What that's called?
I don't know.
It's a cliffhanger.
Oh, a cliffhanger.
Yeah, like you're hanging off a cliff because it's so exciting. And that this movie I think certainly was exciting. I loved it. What did you think of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse?
Great.
Thought it was great. What did you think was great about it?
There was a lot of action and a little talking parts.
A little talking parts. Yeah, you asked me a few times when it was going to be over, didn't you?
Yeah. So, 2 times.
Yeah, and I remember the first time you asked me, I didn't know how to break it to you, but we still had like an hour and 20 minutes left to go. Because it's a long movie, isn't it? Um, but would you say that is it too long or is it just right? Like you're a kid, and this is kind of a movie that's aimed at kids and adults, but do you think it's too long or is it about the right length?
About the right length.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of the movie? What did you like the most?
When the the opposite of Spider-Man attacked Miles Morales. It
Ooh,
was that good.
I don't know.
can't remember.
Was that at the very end, or is that
No.
okay? Because that's a spoiler.
A middle.
In the middle, who's the opposite of Miles Morales?
He was the guy in the black and red.
Oh, was that Miguel?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Spider-Man 2099 from the comics. That's not really a spoiler because they kind of give that away in the trailers. But if you're a fan of the Spider-Man 2099 comics from a long time ago, not you, but them out there, yeah, that character's in this movie, and he's very different than you might remember him, but still very cool. You mentioned before we got on here that you liked what happened in the beginning of the movie. Who do they fight in the very beginning of the movie?
The Spot.
The Spot, but who do they fight before the Spot?
The Vulture.
Yeah, actually, I can't remember. There's so much that happens in this movie. I can't remember what order they fought in, but they did fight the Vulture, and he looked a little different than he usually does, didn't he?
Yeah.
How did he look different?
He was yellow instead of green.
Yeah, that's right. Because he looked like he was made out of like old timey paper, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's because he was transported from an alternate dimension where kind of like the Renaissance period, which you'll learn about that when you're a bit older, because I know you're really into art. But yeah, that was really exciting. And Miles was he was in the movie a lot because it's a Spider-Man movie, but they focused a lot on Gwen too, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Did you like Gwen Stacy, Spider Woman, Spider Girl?
Yes.
Yeah. What did you like about her?
She was like a fan of Miles Morales.
They do like each other, right? And then she actually teams up with some of the alternate Spider people, and I guess they're kind of policing the different realities that there are all the different Spider-Men in it, right?
Yes.
And what do they use to help jump from reality to reality?
I don't really understand.
Yeah, that got a little bit confusing. They wore these special watches, right? They look like gold bracelets, kind of.
Yeah.
And then I remember when the lights went up, I asked you what you thought of the movie, and you needed me to explain what happens. And we won't go into it here because that's full of spoilers, but it I could tell that some of that, in fact, a lot of it, I think, went over your head, right? But it still didn't keep you from enjoying the movie. It's just, let me ask you this, without giving anything away, when I explained it to you, did it make sense?
Yes.
Okay. That's good. So, do you want to go see Beyond the Spider-Verse, which will probably be coming out in a couple of years?
Yes.
Yeah. Who are you hoping to see back in that movie?
What was the villain that Miles got caught by that the last credit scene?
Well, I can't tell you that. I can't even acknowledge that happened because that's the very end of the movie and that's part of the cliffhanger. I'll tell you when we stop recording. How about that? No, I can't. Luke, we are right over a microphone. That's not going to work. But anyway, so yeah, it was exciting. It was very colorful. Now let me ask you this, because when I saw Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, it won the top award that year, the Oscar for animated movie. So the best cartoon, like of all of them that came out that year. And I loved it. I thought, how can they make a better movie of this? Why would they make a part two? But I like the second one better than the first one. Do you have between the two of them? Because we watched the first one recently. Which one did you like better? Do you have a preference?
The second one.
You like the second one better too? Okay. Now, why do you like the second one better than the first one?
Because the villains were more powerful.
There were, and I think there might have been more villains in this one by about one or two, right? Yeah. And we won't talk. No. We won't get into who or what they may be or may not be. We'll just leave it there. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. We don't want to lose all of our viewers. That's not very superheroic of us if we give away the movie. Although a lot of people they've gone to see it. This movie is a big hit, and yeah, I'm anxious to see it again. But yeah, we only saw this on a regular screen. Should we have seen this in IMAX? Is that the 2 thumbs up? We should have seen it in IMAX. Okay, well, lesson learned. For Beyond the Spider-Verse, we'll definitely get the IMAX tickets. But Luke, do you have any final thoughts on Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse? No? You thought it was good? You're glad you saw it? Would you watch it again?
Yes.
Okay. So maybe when it comes on home video. All right. What are we seeing next weekend with Mom?
Transformers.
Rise of the Beasts. Are we going to talk about that one too? Yeah, well, the good news is that movie is about 20 minutes shorter than Across the Spider-Verse, so you maybe only have to ask me 2 times how long the movie is. Well, either way, I don't mind. I just like going to the movies with you. All right, buddy. Thank you. Let's give everybody a nice goodbye. How about let's do the spider thing. Remember the spider? What?
I need to go. Spoiler.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
The villain at the end was.
I'm gonna fix that in post. I'm gonna help all of you out there. So anyway, thank you, everybody. Let's go out with spider hands. Hold it up, right like this. Yeah. Flip. All right, cool. Thanks, everybody.